Yes, guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Tottenham fan cams after the game Spurs talk show. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. We've got Charlie here from Holland.
Hello, mate. Yes.
How are you, Charlie?
I'm great. This is an amazing score. The first time I've ever been here, and we've won.
First time at the game today?
No, first time we've won, and I've been here.
Oh, first time you've won when you've been here? What do you think of the game? Before we get into the game generally, let me start by asking you about the team. Were you happy to see Mickey van der Ven not playing today?
I was a bit disappointed. I thought he'd be in, but yeah, he's still injured. I don't mind Dragusin. I think he's a really good player. Yeah. I think he really brings something to the team. But in the end, Mickey van der Ven is just that star.
He's a different level player, right? We get 2.2 points per game when he's playing, 1.1 point per game when he's not. It was a concern for me, but you got West Ham coming up on Tuesday, so it's better to make sure he's fit for that one, right?
Exactly, but I think he'll be there. He'll be amazing. He's very confident on the ball, and I just love him. He's my favourite player from Tottenham, 100%.
Charlie, let me ask you. Let me ask you. The first half, were you frustrated with the start? Obviously, we go 1-0 down 2 minutes in. An absolute dream start for Luton. Kulusevski gets the ball, gives the ball away. Should have got to Sonny, and it didn't. Sonny then falls over, and then the whole thing just falls apart. Terrible start for Tottenham, right?
So I'll be honest, I thought we lost it in the first half, but we got it back, and I thought we didn't play our best. We should have played better, but in the end, we got it back. That's the only thing that really matters, isn't it?
Let me ask you about some specific stuff. The second half, when James Maddison came on, I thought James Maddison was the man of the match for Tottenham today. I thought he was brilliant.
100%.
Do you agree? Yeah,
I do. He played amazing on the ball. He just basically had the whole game in his hands. Without him, we were not really doing anything that special.
If I'm asking you to be honest here, James Maddison is sort of Tottenham's star man in the 10. But that's where Lo Celso also plays. When you compare the performances today, does any part of you think that maybe Lo Celso deserves a chance ahead of James Maddison at some point before the end of the season, if both players are fit?
Well, not really. I think Lo Celso should go. I think he isn't consistent. He's injured a lot. I just really think we should get an Eze, or we should get Dani Olmo, who's the new star.
Dani Olmo,
I think they'd be way better for our team. I think he's not consistent enough. He doesn't play enough for me.
Let me ask you about Timo Werner and Kulusevski, the wide guys today. A lot of Tottenham fans are frustrated with Timo Werner. They don't think that he's worth the kind of £15 million signing. He doesn't have a good enough scoring record. What's your thoughts on Timo?
I actually like Timo. I think he really could do something for this club. 15 million is not a lot in this market. Like, you could get way worse players for that. I think he's a very good player for the 15 million. He brings a lot of depth. He misses a couple of chances, but if he just gets onto that confidence streak, he'll score way more. He'll be amazing for Tottenham. Because how he plays, he's got all the chances, but he just doesn't finish them.
And in terms, where would you stack the kind of the pecking order between Richarlison, Timo, Johnson, Kulusevski? Who are your favourite guys to play on or Sonny? Who would you prefer to see playing on the left? Who would you prefer to see playing on the right? Who do you think is the best fit with the squad that we currently have?
I think left, I'd love to have I really like Johnson on the left. The last couple of matches has been amazing. I think Son striker 100%, and then right, I think Kulusevski, but it can change between Son and Kulusevski. I mean, that's just like a change. I mean, like, Kulusevski can't play striker, you know what I mean? Just like the front can change. It's like
fluid.
It's very fluid.
In terms of the second half today, we went in 1-0 down at half time. Were you worried that it was going to be one of those days, or did you always feel like Tottenham were going to eventually get back into the game and then go on to win it?
I thought I jinxed it already of being here, so I thought we wouldn't have won it, but in the end we did.
But are you only here for the day? Are you going home tonight?
Well, we're going home tomorrow.
Okay.
But we usually just go for the games.
How many of you are here? Is there family?
Me and my dad.
Are you and your dad? Where is your dad? He should be over here.
Sitting over there.
Oh, okay. Nice. Charlie, let me ask you this, mate. The game carries on. We finally get the equaliser. I forget who it was, the own goal, but obviously Brennan Johnson does really well. And then from then on, it was a kind of a matter of time. Once we got 1-1, did you feel like it was only ever going to be a matter of time until we got back into it?
I thought we should have scored another goal. I thought it would be 2-1 already, like within 10 minutes of that. I thought we would have won it. The goal, once the goal goes in for Tottenham, we always play so much better. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Just the confidence spikes up, and we always seem to win it in the last seconds.
100%. And then we finally get the goal. Sonny gets it, 2-1 in the 85th minute. And then after that, we get the points. Do you think that Tottenham deserved the game today? Like, if you were to kind of analyse honestly, did you say, how would you kind of summarise Tottenham's performance?
So first half, Luton won that. That was just Luton's half. We didn't play well, didn't get the chance. But second half, we really showed what we are. We really showed what Ange can bring to us, and we really showed that we are Tottenham. We can win this game. We showed that we were on top of them. The second half just showed how good we actually are.
Do you think, Charlie, though, that we're going to, are we playing well enough as a team over 90 minutes to be able to feel confident against West Ham on Tuesday?
Well, the thing is, it just depends how we're playing. Because we won against Aston Villa 4-0. You never think, if with this performance, you never think would that happen. It's just how we play, how the other team plays. Because I feel like the 90 minutes, it's basically 10 minutes can make a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The 90 minutes doesn't even say it all. Like 10 minutes just can score. You can score 3 goals in 10 minutes, then it's done.
Do you think that we're going to be able to get to the top 4 at the end of the season?
I think we'll play
We've got
Champions League.
14 more points to get 70, which is usually enough to get top 4. I know that the coefficient points thing with Europe right now is suggesting that fifth place will be enough as well. Manchester United, you never know what performance you're going to get from them. Aston Villa as well, difficult. Tottenham Hotspur, like I say, I think that right now you just don't know what version of Tottenham you're going to see, right? But
yeah.
Do you think we're going to be in Champions League football next year?
I think we'll play Champions League, but I'd rather play Europa League, and that's hot
rather
take.
play Europa League?
Because I think we could win the Europa League, and the Champions League we're not going to win it. There's
Right.
no chance.
Yeah.
And I'd rather get a trophy in the cabinet than really play Champions League.
But would you rather have the money coming into the pockets of Daniel Levy to be able to spend on some decent players?
We already got all the money. He literally just put up the season tickets. Like why would Champions League make any difference? It would not. Winning the trophy would get up the fans' hopes, would get Ange Postecoglou in a better position and let him spend more money. I think that would be way better for the club instead of playing Champions League.
So you would genuinely rather Tottenham finish 5th or 6th to get into the Europa League?
Well, I don't rely on it, but it sounds very weird, but I'd rather have that.
No, you're not the only person. A lot of people are saying this, mate. So it's not too scary a take. For me personally, I'd rather see Tottenham playing against the best teams every week, or in Europe. But it's interesting. And what do you think is going to be the difference for Tottenham next season, Charlie? What do you think that Tottenham need to get hold of in the summer? Is it a specific defender? Is it a midfielder? Is it forwards, a striker? Do you need? What would you like to see Tottenham do in the summer transfer window?
I'd really like to get Eze. I think Eze is just going to be amazing for this club, and Danny Olmo, I've watched him at Leipzig. He's a good player. Like, he can do a lot.
Yeah.
And a left back or a right back like Frimpong, that would just be Frimpong or Grimaldo. If we could get one of them, that would just change this whole game.
Do you don't think we need a striker? You happy with Richarlison and Sonny?
Well, I think if we just get Eze or Olmo, they could substitute for Johnson or like Kulusevski. So we could have Son at striker. And I think Son at striker is very clinical. He can just score all the goals. I feel like we don't need a different striker than Son.
Are you happy with Richarlison to stay at the club?
Yeah.
You like Richarlison?
I think if there's not a bid above 70 million, we should just keep him.
Do you reckon 70 million quid will come in for him, yeah? Someone
from
somewhere?
Saudi?
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would we sell him?
Listen, for me, people that watch the channel will know that I'm not a huge fan of the player, but
I know.
Listen, I know he's going through a tough time with his mental health, so I hope he gets better. But I just think that Tottenham needs someone who I think can guarantee you 25 goals a season from a 9, a traditional 9 that can connect the dots, connect the play. I'm not sure Richarlison's that guy.
Yeah, I do get that. In that case, like Jonathan David or something, I think he could really do something good. Or Vlahovic, which sounds a bit weird. He's very bulky, but he's a good player.
Good player. I'm not a fan of Jonathan David personally, but there's a lot of players out there. I think that Goy Carrez is a good player, and maybe Santiago Jimenez. You like him? He plays in your team. He plays in your country, right?
Well, I don't follow. I just follow Tottenham. My mum's English. I just only follow.
I was going
Tottenham.
to say, mate, you don't sound too Dutch. You've got a very English accent.
Yeah, but like Santiago, it's like a one-season wonder. The same with like Yorkers. Like he's only been good for one season. Like who says you do it in the Premier League?
100%. It's a good point. Serhu Guirassy the same, right, for Stuttgart. He's a player that's bagging in the goals this season, but not doing it necessarily for the previous 3 or 4. So.
Exactly. I don't believe in one-season wonders. You've got permanent. Goodness me, I can't speak. You've got permanent class, or you've got a one-season one. Yeah, temporary.
Yeah, 100%.
You need the permanent.
So, Charlie, making your debut on the channel, make sure you DM me on Instagram. I'll get you on a fan cam or on a weekly show if you want to come on.
Love to.
Where can people find you? Do you have a Twitter, Instagram, anything like that? People can find you if you've got Tottenham takes.
I would like to start a channel. I'd like to go to the games more often, but once I've got the money, once I've got the funds, I'll come here every weekend.
How old are you, mate?
15.
The money take you have to wait a few years before you get out of school. Guys, let me know in the comments, how do you think Charlie did? 15 years old making his debut, absolutely smashed it. Charlie, absolutely brilliant, mate. Are Tottenham going to make top 4?
We will.
And we say, come on you Spurs on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Come on you Spurs.
There you go.
And guys, Johnson, give him the time, okay? He's young, he needs the time. He's a brilliant player. I think he's going to be a wonder for Scotland. He's going to be a good player.
You heard it here first. Give Johnson time. 4 more years. There you go. Like, subscribe and comment, guys. And as always, come on you Spurs.